Forest fires have engulfed the northern USA state of Colorado. A dangerous situation has developed in Superior and Louisville. The cities are literally shrouded in thick smoke. The entire city of Superior, with a population of about 13,000, received an evacuation order Thursday. People are being housed in makeshift shelters. Video footage shows strong winds helping the fire spread. Wind speeds of up to 170 km per hour. Some 370 homes have been burned and 210 damaged in the affected areas. A shopping mall and a hotel were completely engulfed in flames. A section of the expressway was closed because of the fires. Several small grass fires occurred due to downed power lines and exploding transformers. Authorities also closed roads in the area of the fires. Thousands of people were left without electricity. At least 6 people have been killed and 2 others are missing as a result of the flooding in Thailand. Thailand's Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation said flooding caused by Tropical Storm Dianmu has affected nearly half of the country's provinces. The downpours caused flooding in 30 provinces in central, northern and northeastern Thailand, affecting more than 70,000 households. The flooding situation in 7 provinces has improved, but remains serious. According to the weather forecast, heavy rainfall is expected in the next 3 days in the northern, central and northeastern regions of Thailand. A tornado unexpectedly shook the residents of Arecibo, Puerto Rico. This is only the 22nd tornado to hit Puerto Rico since the mid-20th century. Although there were no reports of casualties, judging by residents' reports on social media, the tornado caused a series of flying debris and fallen trees. The tornado was also a stark reminder that the island is vulnerable to such events after several years without such incidents. The tornado struck industrial buildings in Arecibo before dissipating. In a short time, the swirling whirlwind caused serious damage to a warehouse and blew the roof off the building. The tornado knocked out several power lines, leaving at least 300 customers without power as of the morning of May 4. A period of heavy rains since late April 2022 has caused severe flooding in the Mbeya and Songwe regions of southern Tanzania, where at least 5 people have been killed, 5 are missing and thousands have been displaced. According to the Tanzanian Red Cross, the flooding caused significant damage to the areas of Rungwe and Kyela in the Mbeya region and Ilahe in the Songwe region. Damage included 10,000 hectares of crops, water infrastructure such as drinking water wells, several roads and at least 4 bridges. More than 400 houses were damaged and 318 were completely destroyed. Other buildings, including schools and places of worship, were also damaged. Communities in the Kyela area were particularly hard hit. Local authorities in Kyela reported that 5 people were killed, 21 injured and another 5 missing. Heavy rains in the last days of April in the northeast of Syria led to flooding in this part of the country. The Al-Haber River in Hasaka province burst its banks. The regional directorate of the Ministry of Water Resources noted that the flow of water in the river reached about 75 cubic meters per second. But despite the rampant nature, local authorities assess the situation positively. The fact is that the flood will fill the Al-Basel Reservoir, which will supply water to agricultural land in the region during the harvest season. A new powerful burst of solar activity was recorded at NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory. The Sun produced an X-class flare. Thanks to scientists and equipment, it was possible to get a detailed photo of the phenomenon. Flares on the Sun are called large bursts of energy. They are fraught with violations of radio technology, electrical networks and navigation signal systems on the planet and in near-Earth space. The phenomenon is quite dangerous for any spacecraft and its crew. Extreme ultraviolet radiation can be seen in the image, with the release of extremely hot material characteristic of flares. It is colored red. X-class flares are among the most intense.
The Colorado River provides water to more than 40 million people. However, more than 99% of the water area is currently classified as arid. This river flows through 7 states. Water from it is also used by farmers to irrigate farmland. Specialists believe that it is prone to drying out due to irrational water consumption. The reserves simply have no time to recover. At the same time, drought in the western part of the country has been continuing for several years, accompanied by fires in the summer season. All of this is negatively affecting the capacity of the Colorado River. By 2050, water levels in the river could drop by 10 to 30%, aided by climate change. Ecologists urged residents, ranchers and businesses to become more conscious of their water consumption and conserve the river's water resources. In February this year, deforestation in the Brazilian Amazon reached a record level. Earlier, in January, a similar record was set. Satellite data showed that 199 square kilometers of Amazon forest stands were destroyed in February, the highest for that month in 7 years of record-keeping, and 62% more than in the same month in 2021. That's according to data released late last week from the Brazilian Space Agency's monitoring system. In January, 430 square kilometers of forest were logged, more than 4 times the level of the same month in 2021. Deforestation increased dramatically under Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro, who has been an ardent supporter of the creation of industrial plants and transportation hubs in the Amazon. Environmental authorities repeatedly accused his administration of damaging the environment. House collapse in Nigeria. There are casualties. The incident occurred in the country's largest city of Lagos. According to eyewitnesses, the building collapsed overnight. Emergency services managed to save about 20 people. How many more residents remain under the rubble is unknown. According to the police, the 3-story apartment building was in an emergency condition, but its residents were in no hurry to leave their apartments. In turn, the townspeople accused the local authorities of inadequate control over the construction and operation of the buildings. Japan was shaken by a powerful tremor with a magnitude of 6.8. Off the eastern coast of the Japanese island of Honshu there was a strong earthquake of magnitude. The seismic event was recorded on Monday, May 2, at 1:27 Greenwich Mean Time. The epicenter of natural cataclysm was located 38 kilometers to the southeast from Ishinomaki City in Miyagi Prefecture. Origin of this earthquake was located at a depth of 47 kilometers. More than 2 million people live within 100 kilometers from epicenter. According to seismologists' estimates, about 1 mln people felt strong shaking, 1 mln people felt a slight tremor. In New Mexico, USA, more than 1,000 firefighters are fighting the largest natural fire, which covered an area of almost 40,000 hectares. As noted, the natural fire, driven by strong winds, moving from the forested mountains to the east and almost came close to the town of Las Vegas. According to the latest reports, the flames have come dangerously close to mountain settlements. Thousands of people in the Valley of Mora, 60 kilometers from the city of Santa Fe, had already prepared to evacuate. During the day, the area of fire increased by more than 12,000 hectares. 1,020 firefighters are fighting the fire. 8 helicopters and 6 airplanes are also involved in extinguishing the blaze. Mandatory evacuations were announced in a number of small communities across the state. The forest fire has been raging in the state since April 6. The blaze has destroyed hundreds of homes and buildings.